Hey, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? Happy Tuesday. This is a great day. I'm mobile today. Played a game of golf this morning, and then I ran over to here to our mobile office, the Kiln. Here, it's a co-working space out of Lehigh, or what we call Silicon Slopes. And here I am. I'm mobile. This is exciting. It's kind of fun. It's kind of weird being out in public. It's kind of weird being out where everyone else is. I know that everyone else is a little bit hesitant to go out in the world and to be out here, but it's exciting. It's fun to be out. It's fun to be good. I'm in a little cubicle here. We got some windows. Check that out. Awesome. But yeah, let's talk about some cool stuff today. I wanted to talk about the topic of turning your hobbies into side hustles, or your hobbies into hustles. Okay, so let's call it that, H to H, hobbies into hustles. And I wanted to walk through a few stories, a few examples, and then if any of you have questions, I can walk you through. Now, I would like to bring someone on the screen and walk them through their stuff, but you've got to participate. You've got to say hello. You've got to engage. You've got to drop a comment, and we can help you out. But turning your hobbies into hustles, H to H. Thanks, Rick Denley. Rick Denley, hey, how's it going, man? Glad you're here. He jumped in. I like that new profile picture you added. That looks really great, man. And then he says H to H. So hobbies to hustles. And let's talk about that, because there's some really, really good principles here. I can write some notes for myself here and just keep some good. Right in front of me is a big whiteboard, and right behind me is just another one of these rooms. So pretty exciting. A few announcements, as is we are starting to see daylight at the end of this first, we'll call it the first wave of one, recession, two, quarantine, and three, just pandemic. And because of that, there will be some opportunities for people to go outside, to recreate a little bit, to have some fun, but just be safe, be careful. And as we're doing that, I had the opportunity of sitting this morning, from playing. Sorry, I had the opportunity. I'm in a new environment, and so I'm really stimulated by the stuff going around me, and so this is really fun. Even I get distracted. No, never, ever. So as I spent this morning golfing with a friend, shout out to Jason Curtis. Thanks for the golf game, my brother. That was super fun. We got a lot of business done. We got a lot of talks done, and we just had a ton of fun. We got so much done, and we just, it was just great to be with another human, another person. And it was awesome. We played safely. We abided by the rules, and it was awesome. It's amazing when you don't compromise in your brain the things that you can and shouldn't do, and you just go and do what you're able to do, and you do what you're supposed to do. It's amazing. So as that, it opened my mind, and we're going to start opening back up our networking groups and our networking events here pretty soon, and we're going to open up that virtually as well. So there will be opportunities for people to connect. I know that there are people in our community and people in our network who are at risk, higher risk, to obtain coronavirus or the COVID-19. So we are going to be opening up, and we're also going to be remaining transitioning to online services and processes too. Just so, sorry, I just ate a Aubergine and Company nice cream, and I had brain freeze, and my throat was kind of fun. But anyways, it was awesome. So we're going to start opening up here pretty soon. It's getting very, very exciting. Shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Jason Curtis in the house here. Long time no see, brother. That was such a fun game of golf. Super fun. I'm pumped up. So here we are. And today we're going to talk about H to H. Rick Denley did this for me. H to H, hobbies to hustle. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because last Friday I was able to contribute an article to a very, very well-known blog that was telling young professionals, or people who are in college, or people who are transitioning from college to the professional world. And I wrote an article, a short blog post about how to make money during COVID-19. And I gave some ideas. I talked about how young professionals have skill sets that are monetizable. And we talked about those skill sets and how those skill sets can be turned into services, and those services can be monetized. Just because we're in college doesn't mean we can't be entrepreneurs. Doesn't mean we can't use the skills, the hard and soft skills that we already possess, that we've already learned from high school in our younger years, and turn those into hustles, to turn them into ways for us to make money and for us to survive. And as a result of that, I got to thinking more, and then a friend reached out to me on Monday and said, "Hey, Jon, we should talk more about hobbies on the show." And I said, "That's a very, very interesting point, because the hobbies, turning hobbies into hustles, are a great way to enjoy what you do, to not be overly stressed, to not risk your lives, and to focus on something that brings you joy and passion." And it turns out that most people, if they turn their hobbies into a passionate life hustle, they might be able to just quit their job or quit before they get fired, because everyone's downsizing right now with the recession. So there are some thoughts, there's some ideas. I think this is going to be a really, really awesome thing. Jason says, "I need to read that article. It is very well written." Oh no, I read that article. It was very well written. Sorry, I get stimulated in new environments. So there you go. And this is exciting. This is really, really exciting. I'm in a new environment. My legs are shaking. I'm just pumped. I'm excited, and I got to keep my brain focused. And I just had an ice cream, so the sugar's rolling. The sugar's rolling. So let's move forward. I wanted to give you an example. A couple examples, and then I'd love to ask you, the audience, while I'm getting into this, please share with me in the comment section, what are some of your hobbies, okay? Let me type that in the comment section. What are your current hobbies? Hobbies with an IES. There we go. What are your current hobbies? Adding that, and I'm going to promote my YouTube channel. So from the YouTube channel, there's my post. Boom. So what are your current hobbies? I'll give you a list of mine. Here are a list of hobbies that I absolutely love. The number one is I love golf. Okay, I love golf. I'm not good at it, but I just love, love, love golf. Another hobby of mine is I love to build podcasts. And I started this a couple of weeks ago, and I helped a few friends build and start their podcast just last week. And it was super easy, and it was super fun. I like building them. I love board games. Absolutely love board games. I enjoy the strategy, and I love reading books, and I love what else do I love? Oh, I love assembling things. Isn't that weird? I love us to assemble things. I love to like a Lego set, and you get the instructions, right? And you just go through and you assemble things together. My wife and I just bought a workout equipment set, and it was so much fun for me to put that together, to get the ratchets out and to clamp it all together and get my bench set up and my Olympic bar set up and my weight set for the squats. And I just loved assembling those things. IKEA is a very, very bad expense for me, because I will spend so much money just so that I can assemble things. Yeah, it's a good deal. So I love to assemble things. I love hiking. And what are some of my other hobbies? Hobbies. Got to get creative with this. And I see that the comments are floating in. So this will make a really great example for today. And so let me just take an example here. Those are some really great hobbies. And then I'm going to dive into your hobbies, because I really, 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 really want to get touched on some of these. And then even if I can, bring some of you on the stream here, and we can chat about your hobbies and how we would go H to H, from hobbies to hustle. Turn your hobbies into a side hustle so that you can thrive during COVID-19. Okay, that's the goal here, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So keep me on track, you guys. Keep me on track. Shoot me an exploding brain emoji if I get a little off topic. Okay, so tell me, you guys be my guiders. Okay, and a great example of a hobby turned into a hustle is here's two examples. Okay, so my wife she used to love to travel. Well, she still does, but with school and stuff, we just haven't traveled nearly as much. But she loved to travel, and in all of her years traveling, she has learned a lot about concealing, right? Concealing your belongings, your priorities, like your identifications, your passports, and your money. And we were looking for fun and creative ways to sell or make things that could help us to conceal our belongings and our important items while we were traveling. And we actually had a lady who gave us her stock stuff, and she gave us about $10,000 worth of stock and bulk items to kind of build these products. And we built these beautiful beaded hand wrist sleeves. They were about this thick, and they had a little nylon sleeve on the back end, so they looked like these beautiful bracelets with beads and different colors and stuff like that. But underneath it, there was a little pouch, a little Velcro pouch that you could open up and slip credit cards into, passports into. You could slip anything into, and it was stylish, but it was, also concealing things. So you could walk knowing that everything you needed, everything you had was all on your wrist, and you didn't have to worry about getting robbed or anything like that. And so, or pickpocketed was what I was looking for. And so we turned this hobby of concealing into a hustle, where we developed an Etsy shop, ETSY, Etsy.com. We created an Etsy shop, and all of a sudden we started selling these bracelets, these concealing bracelets, and turned them into a business. And we were making, a couple $100s a month off this, and we were allowed to go on more vacations and save up and actually, go eat out or just have a good time together because of this little hobby. Okay, so that's one example. Another great example that I've seen really, really just take off. A friend of mine is really into painting. They really love to paint. And I was at their house one day eating dinner at their house, and I was looking up at the wall, and I said, "Did you do this?" And they were like, yeah, that's my painting. And I said, "So tell me about it." And they told me a little story about it. And I asked, "How long does it take you to do this?" They're like, "Oh, this? A couple hours." And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And then I asked them, how much, if someone were to buy your painting, how much do you think it's worth? And most painters were like, I don't know. I'll charge you $25. And I'm like, no. I don't buy art for $25, but that's what I do go to, like Savers or the thrift shops for. I look for art, right? And it's interesting because most artists who aren't like professional artists or amateur artists, they just like it because it's their hobby. They undervalue themselves. And so she's like, yeah, I'd sell it for $25, but I don't want to sell this one. This was one of my favorites. And I was like, what if I offered you $200 today for this painting? She said, well, I could probably repaint it. And I was like, yeah, and if you repaint it, you'll probably do better than the first one. So if I offered you $200 today, would you take it? She said, I didn't know it was worth that much. And I said, I'm actually thinking this is worth like $300 or $400, but I'm going to offer you $200 because I know how to barter. And she said, done. And then she went and painted another one. And I actually said, hey, you want to trade? I like the new one better. But I realized that this person didn't value some of their hobbies. And she said, well, I didn't realize I could make money off of it. It's like, only do it if you feel good about it. But I'm serious. Like, people undervalue their talents, their strengths, and the things that they're really good at and the things that they like to do. Okay. There's a really cool company out there called, what is it? Millie Kosher, Millie Kosher. They got a bunch of people selling blankets for them. I think that's what it's called. Call me out if I'm wrong. And it's fascinating because it allows people to, create these really cute, really fluffy, really fuzzy blankets, but then they can sell them by, sending them back to the Millie Kosher, I think is the name. Anywho, it turns hobbies into hustles. So those are some examples that I've seen that have been great. So we talked about painting. We talked about things you like to do. Maybe you're like a garage workshop kind of person. You like to build things, saw things, post things together, build furniture, build a chair. Minky Kosher. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. I'll bring up some comments here in a second, but anyways, that's a really, really cool way to get into some hobbies and turn them into hustles. Okay, so there's a few examples. Let's jump right into some of your comments. I'm really, really excited to talk about these. And you guys totally answered some really great ones. So first of all, reinventing yourself. Good to be in a new place. Good job reinventing yourself. Awesome. Thank you, Rick. And thanks for that comment. It's so awesome. He's the man of reinventing yourself. Okay. Golf. How do we turn our hustle or our hobby into our hustle? Well, Matt's already on the forefront of this. He and a company that he works with are running a kind of like a networking golf group. And if you have any questions about that, just send him a direct message. But there you go. You get together and you can make money, maybe not off the actual transaction, but off of the games and building relationships and then turning those relationships into profits, right? Which is what we teach on this show. Another thing I've learned, and this is nothing that I don't think this is a bad idea, because I always believe in convenience and I always believe in helping people. So if you think this is a scam, just yell scam. But let me tell you this. People believe in convenience. So if I invited, or let's say somebody invited me to go play golf, all right? I'm going to go to the golf course and I'm going to say, hey, 4 of us are going to go play golf and I'm going to pay for it up front. And you ask, how much does it cost per person? And they say, oh, it's $24 to play with a cart and 9 holes. You're like, great, $24. I'm going to round it up and I'm going to say $25 each. Yes, that does include taxes and stuff like that, but I'm going to say $25. So I'm going to go back to the 3 guys who I'm going to be golfing with. I'm going to say, hey, just I took care of it, but just Venmo me $25. Okay, so I've increased $1 per person. And at the end of the day, I can go buy them a hot dog with the money they paid me. I could go buy them an ice cream or a Coke or a beer or something while we're on the course, but I can use the money they gave me to continue to help them. Now, that's not scamming to me. To me, it's taking advantage, right? It's in a good way, right? Taking advantage of the scenario. But if you don't you don't say, oh, it was $30 a person, but it was like $24. Like, that's stupid. But if I just say, oh, I just rounded up to 25, I hope that's cool. Just Venmo me or send me a PayPal or cash, whatever. And then you use the extra dollars to treat them, to make them feel good. So now you've set up the convenience, you've taken care of the sign-up fee, and third, you look like an all-star with their money. I know, genius. I know. And you're being honest because you just rounded up, and I always round up. I round up on tips, I round up on everything I do. So there you go. There's an idea. I love that. Thank you. Getting into some more comments. Tyler and Lauren Cobb say creating home decor, jewelry making, outdoors, and biking. There's a bunch of hobbies in there. So creating home decor, that is one of the greatest online hobbies turned to hustles out there. Etsy is a great place to do that. If you make like one of the cool there's 2 things that are like super hot on the home decor menu, right? People who order like the really, really, really thick yarn and they do macrame, the like where you tangle them up, the macrame styled yarn, and you link them together as blankets, or you do the macrame style like where it holds a little planter box or whatever. Those are huge right now on Etsy and online. So if you just get into the market of like ordering a bunch of bulk yarn and then charging at least a 10% increase in profit for yourself, and sell it online on Etsy, on Instagram, through Pinterest and so forth, you can easily make $1 or more on that. And that's super fun. That's super exciting. So home decor is a huge one. Jewelry making is the same way. Right now I'm building an empire in the Philippines, and my hope is to, by the end of 2021, is to have a full-fledged running freshwater pearl farm based in the Philippines. And the workers of the farm will be assembling pearl necklaces, pearl rings, pearl bracelets, pearl earrings, And for them, they can get them for pennies on the dollar, and they'll be selling them for $10 on the dollar. So they'll be making a huge, massive increase of their families, and they'll be selling them at high rates to incredibly wealthy people throughout the world. And that is a nonprofit organization in development, but also it's a for-profit because these people get to learn how to build business and upcharge their value. And so jewelry is a huge one. I think people who are able to make jewelry are set for awesomeness. Rings, necklaces, earrings, bracelets, all of the above. If you know how to do that and you can do that at a minimal viable cost, you are making awesomeness. And you don't have to like stress out about it because you do it as a hobby. You love it and you can create so many more. And here's the thing, you guys. Let's say you make 10 batches of your jewelry kits or whatever you're doing, your home decor. Let's say you make 10 of them and all of a sudden you're like, dang, I really like this. Take one. Then you made it. Holy cow. It's not going to charge. I mean, it might dip into your profits a little bit, but take them. It's yours. It's your creation. The lady who sold me the painting, I wanted to trade her back her favorite painting because she painted another one. She liked the original better, and I liked the second one. She traded it back. So it doesn't matter. Like, take what you want, but use the rest to profit. Okay, there we go. The outdoors, that one's a fun one. This one's a tricky one too. But let me give you an idea. If you guys have ever played Frisbee golf, have you ever played or have you ever paid money to go play a Frisbee golf course? I've never done it. If you have, that's pretty cool. You must be legit. You must be really good. But I've never paid money, ever. Never paid money, ever, to go play Frisbee golf. I've just had to wait in lines. That's all. So what if you set up a Frisbee golf league? Boom. Your hobby just turned into a hustle. Boom. What if it's $5 a game in a tournament? And then you put $4 into a pot and whoever wins gets the $4 and you've just made a profit of 10% or no 20% on every individual. That's pretty good, right? You guys, turning your hobbies into hustles is easy. It's so much fun. Okay, let's talk about this. Biking. As a person who is not really good at biking, but has a bike and would like to get more out into biking, it's nice to know that my friends can help me fix my bike and I don't have to go to a really expensive bike shop to do it. So if you would just like half your price to what a bike shop would cost to fix a bike, you're instantly valuable to helping people with biking. So if you know a little bit about biking, there you go. There you go. I know my friends who are very, very big into biking, they have the ability to fix my bike, fix my tires, and so forth. So knowing that you can fix a bike and you're that local guy that just is, half the cost of the local bike shop. Not that I want to put the local bike shop out of business, but look, turn your hobbies into hustles. Okay. All right. Awesome. Jennifer says, I don't have any. Come on, Jennifer. Yeah, you do. I've always had to work a ton, so I've never made or had time for hobbies. I'm open to suggestions. Well, let's talk about this. A lot of you think you don't have hobbies. Not true. What do you do when you go home? You take care of your kids. What do you do when you're done with taking care of your kids? You probably eat or make food. Do you make good food or you just make crap food? I don't know. Answer the question, right? But whatever you do in your free time, how can you turn that into a hustle? I've thought about turning, so Jillian and I, my wife's name is Jillian, and we love to cook together. And it's actually really entertaining because she's a recipe by the book kind of person, and I'm a don't look at the recipe book and just kind of look at the picture and say, boom, I can create that and let the magic flow. I know, isn't that cool? I sold it so differently. I was like, ew, she likes to read the book. And I'm like, boom, let the magic flow, right? And there you go. Someone needs to post that emoji because I'm getting off topic here. My wife and I love to cook. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun and entertaining to have the two of us in the kitchen cooking our favorite meals and recipes, kind of like a video vlog on how to cook. But we have the dynamics of the person who says, did you follow the freaking recipe? And I'm like, dude, I don't need to. I just, that much in there, that much. Oh, that was a little too much. So I need to add more of this. And I just think it'd be so fun and entertaining. And if we got views, it would turn our hobby into a hustle because we'd get paid on Facebook ads, right? So all in all, it'd be super fun. So there you go. There's some suggestions I have for you, Jennifer. Appreciate you saying there. Jason says, my hobbies are golf, movies, musical events, and spending time with my family. That's amazing. And I want to talk about the family thing because I had an idea a while back that I was like, that's a really, really cool thing. So golf, we talked about it, setting groups up and then looking like an all-star is always a great move. Even just like, so Jason and I had talked about this. We're actually planning an event. It'd be a 2-day event, golfing like 72 holes in less than 48 hours. And that would be so sweet. So with that, we'll be creating an event, right? But golf's one of those things. Movies. What if you wanted to surround yourself with people and enjoy your favorite movies, but you wanted to turn it into a hustle? I've seen people doing this all over the place, and outdoor movies are a fun and incredible experience, and it's casual. So what if you invite the entire neighborhood to the side of your house or the back of your house, where you guys will have a barbecue movie night, right? And it's BYOB, right? Bring your own beer, bring your own chair, whatever. And it's free. But if you want to bring your own meat, bring your own chair, bring whatever, but you just charge like $1 for a thing of popcorn, and you sell a bunch of popcorn. Boom. Everything good. And it's the lemonade stand, you guys. It's the lemonade stand entrepreneurial vision that all I'm going to do is I'm going to go take the lemons off of my mom's counter and I'm going to squeeze them, add some sugar, and I'm going to sell them on the side of the street, and I'm going to make more money than my mom paid for them, right? And so that is the hobby to hustle strategy. So I wanted to get into that. Musical events. There's a reason why at every event you go to, there are people out in the parking lot asking for tickets or selling tickets. And people always make money off of them. Are those people scammers? Not all the time. Okay, you got to check the tickets, but you can make money off that. Or you can sit in a parking lot at outdoor music events and sell people water, because most people forget water and most people don't want to buy the concession stand water. So you find out what the concession stand is selling water for. And then outside the park, as you say, hey, they're selling it for $3 in here. I got it for $2.50. People are like, boom, I'm going to buy 2 for $2.50 and pay you $5. You just made $1. Okay. So just think about it, you guys. There are things you can do to surround yourself with your hobbies and enjoy everything. You sell 20 raw waters, and now you can go buy a general admission ticket to more of your favorite events. Okay, right? All right, we're getting somewhere. And spending time with family. This one's critical, because a lot of you are thinking, all right, my hobby is my family time, or my hobby is my time away from family so that I have my personal time. And why would I want to monetize that? Well, it's because we need to, right? We need to. We're in a state of crisis. We need to find and make ends meet. So for hobbies to hustles is a necessary reaction, okay? So spending time with family, get your family involved in this, okay? I just mentioned the selling waters. I took my family to a color festival. We drove up, and as we're walking, I was like, man, I hated that I had to park a mile away to walk another mile to go get dirty. And I'm going to have to walk all the way back dirty. And I have to shake out, get naked, jump into my car. And this is just not it's a miserable process. It was not enjoyable at all. And I said, wow, if I had a truck, or if I knew someone who had a trailer, I could put a couple couches in the back of the trailer, or maybe just in the truck bed, and I could start shuttling people for $1. Right? Back and forth to their cars. And I don't get dirty. They can, air off with the wind in their face, and you could just charge people $1 just for providing them a convenience. And my family started getting into this, and we got multiple cars going, and we're like, dude, screw Uber. We can charge whatever we want and make the profit. So we started doing that at color festivals, and we started making enough money that we could just go out and, buy tickets to Disneyland or something. It was that much fun. It was easy. And you know what? I didn't like getting dirty anyways. I went to the music festival just to be around the people. My wife didn't like being around all the crowds anyways. So it was like super fun for us to just like go about and do it. So just think about the things that you can get your family involved with. Nothing is cooler than when I tell my family, right? If I don't have kids, but if I did, I would say, hey kids, if we sell 200 water bottles for $3 a piece, we can go to Disneyland. And they're going to be like, I want to go to Disneyland. Yeah, let's do it. And they're just going to be like getting in everyone's faces. They have no fear. They just go up and they sell, and it is so much fun and so cool. So there's an idea for you. Just think about how you can get your family or your significant other or your friends involved in it. But remember, reward. It's all about reward or whatever you want to do, right? Right now with COVID-19, maybe the reward is, hey, if we can sell these or do this, we'll be able to do something fun or special. And maybe you're saving up because you're in desperation. Now, this is only for those who aren't in desperation, because I would say that your hobbies need to be put on hold if you're in desperation mode, because you're not going to like it. It's going to ruin the experience. It's going to drive you to do things you don't love. Okay, so I just wanted to make that quick thing. Rick Denley says, cycling, hiking, helping others punch through their growth ceilings. I love it. Again, your skill set. I'm a good communicator. I'm really good at helping people and coaching people. I can open up a private practice and do private phone calls and help people punch through their growth ceilings. Cycling, organized groups, and just, the same thing. Like, I'm going to order Gatorades for everybody so that we have Gatorades and water on our cycling trip. You guys just Venmo me like, $5 and I'll get you a great Gatorade and a protein shot or something. And you're just making $1 on it, right? So just provide the convenience, provide something fun, and be able to make money on the back end for it. Okay. And remember, it needs to be totally part of the schedule. It doesn't have to be like some outward stretch, some overkill exercise that you need to do, right? It needs to just be part of the structure. Okay. Matt says, I love brainstorming. Awesome. You're pretty good at golf. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. We almost got close. You beat me today. So that was awesome. I'd like your help as I'm doing my first live podcast via StreamYard. Rick, I will help you, man. I'll shoot you a message later and I'll just walk you through it. We can do a practice one together and then you'll be a professional by the end of it. Okay. It takes me 10 minutes. I'd be more than happy to. Now, how would I monetize that? Rick's my friend. Okay. Rick is my friend. I don't monetize over Rick. But if I were to do this for other people, I would just say, oh yeah, super simple. You guys want to launch a podcast? I'll show you how to launch it. I'll show you how to do it. And I'll do it for $100, $150. I'll even build it for you, XYZ, right? So that's how I would go ahead and do that. So that would be easy. Matt just gave me the thing. I think that was way earlier, but I was telling the story. She'll be back. Awesome. Love the way you turned your traveling hobby into a hustle. Yeah. And you know what? You guys can make money while you travel too. It's fascinating, but it works really, really well. Oftentimes I carry things with me, things that I'm like, I could sell this so easily, and I can sell things at the airport, or while we're in travel, or while we're hanging out. Little things like things people were, care about. Jewelry is always one. If you always carry some jewelry with you and you want to show it off, like the best advertising for that bracelet company that my wife and I used to own, we would just wear them. Like, I had a bandana one, she had a beaded one, and they were super shiny. And we would just, like, in front of people, like, slip our cards in the back, and then we would just go on our day, and they'd be like, "Where'd you get that?" We're like, "Oh, we make them." They'd be like, "Oh, can I have one? Like, where do I go?" And you're like, "Oh yeah." And I would actually charge them like double because we were in person. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, here, just have mine." And or we'd have a couple in the bag and they would buy it. And it was super cool because it was like, dude, I just made a sale while we were here. I paid for lunch. So there you go. There's some ideas. Always think about what you could do with your hobbies. I enjoy it. My wife's actually better at it than I am, but I enjoy it because I love talking to people. So I think a lot of people don't understand their value. We're talking about the painting example. Awesome. Man, I'm way behind. Okay, we talked about Minky Kosher and winning bets. LOL. I love winning bets. There you go. And winning bets. That's a great way to make money. I'm not a gambler, but I do have some fun. Okay. And obviously only wager what you can lose, right? And where it's no sweat off your back. Man, the Philippines is such a beautiful place and some of the best places for pearls. Yep. I'll have to share that with you, Jason. Philippines is a great place, and I have connections who are helping me build a freshwater pearl farm currently, and we're going to turn that into a for-profit nonprofit, and I'll explain that later. I've just done it for family and friends. Sometimes it seems like too much of a hassle to broaden my audience. Jewelry is very lucrative. It is. And if you just pick one simple way, one simple path to do it, then it's always fun, enjoyable, and easy, and you make a huge profit off. Family is a great place to start, but friends talk for you, and they spread the positive word. So just letting people know that, hey, I just launched a jewelry business. Would you like to look at what I've made? No one's going to say no, right? I'm not interested. No. I just want you to see what I've made. Come look at my work. And then they go and then they say, oh my gosh, these are beautiful. And they end up buying, right? Never stray away from or shy away from sharing your hobbies with other people. Okay. Never paid to play Frisbee golf. And now people could pay you. Okay. There's plenty of business out there. Collaborate over competition. 100% missed opportunity there. Boom. Love it. Okay. Last few comments, and I got to end this a little early. We're going to go pick up our next hobby hustle. Okay. So last summer, my kids did a lemonade stand and we offered free lemonade and asked for tips. They made over $200 in 2 days. Yep. And right now during COVID, this is such a funny thing, but you guys, I would advertise like COVID free lemonade or like this might sound like false advertising, but if it's children selling it, it's good, it's funny. But you would say like this lemonade fights COVID, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's totally inappropriate and totally wrong because it's not good advice, but when kids do it, it's just cute, right? And people buy cute. So there you go. There's some thoughts. I love that. I love that idea of free lemonade, but ask for tips. Because then you never really, you don't lose out on margins. You just, everything's an increase. I love that. And then love the lemonade stand analogy. Cool. So we're going to end it there. But if you guys have any questions about how to turn your hobbies into hustles and how to make money during this session, I'll tell you that the first thing is just pick one thing. Don't pick 100 things. Pick one thing. Create a simple strategy and then reach out to your network, okay? Because your network and your connections are going to be the most important way. And here to grow that. But here's the thing. If you reach out to your connections and your network and you build relationships with these people, by buying from each other and supporting each other, you are deepening your relationship. Don't ever feel like just because you ask someone to look at your jewelry or your online Etsy shop or to buy a t-shirt from you, right? Don't ever think that just by asking them to look, it's going to take away from your friendship, or it's going to take you away from that. If you get people in your network to buy things from you, they've invested in you. They care about you. Okay. I've gotten people to write to buy books off of our website. I've gotten people to buy programs for us, and it has made our relationship better because now we have something more to talk about. And then every now and then they're wearing the stuff they bought from you, a shirt or a jewelry or a necklace or whatever. And you're like, oh, that looks so good on you. And you just have the opportunity to just compliment them. So remember, your hobbies turned into hustles do not decrease your relationships as long as you do it right. Just treat people as humans and know that you are doing what you're best at. Dive deep into your talents, dive deep into your habits, your passions, your skills, and make a hustle out of it, especially during these hard times. And as you do that, you will find prosperity in various areas of your life, aside from finances and aside from all that you do. Okay, love it. Thank you for the encouragement, you guys. Thank you for your comments. Please post any more hobbies down below. I will go in later this afternoon and I will make comments based on the other hobbies that you have. Any questions you have, I bet I can create an entire business off of your hobby. I know it. It's just the way my brain thinks. So share with me your hobbies in the comment section, any questions you have, and we're going to turn that hobby into a hustle. Okay. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Appreciate you. Love you all.